I really got to get to the Boston emergency room again. I haven't been drinking any water. I'm dried out. I can't get to the bathroom on time. Last night I did make it, but I had to crawl and I barely got myself up to do it. It hurt like hell. When I got back to bed, I did take a half of an 8 milligram buprenorphine in naloxone. Now I'm prescribed that, but it's not like me to take a morning medication in the middle at like 1, 2 in the morning because I crawled to the bathroom. Now, if you also want to know, I live like this. All my meds right here, a walking stick, and a box of cereal to eat. I have to live like that right now because doctors won't treat me. I got to go back and back and back and back to the emergency room just to get mistreated. It's not like I'm not telling them what's wrong. It's not like it isn't visible. It's not like if they didn't do further testing, they wouldn't see it. But they rather have me get further hurt crawling around, releasing me, having me come back, releasing me, having me come back, playing games with the primary care. GI wants to play games, goes on maternity leave, goes on vacation. Everybody's playing damn games while they tell me one thing and do another. You told me that you were going to be my doctor. I told you that this was very important. I also told you I needed an experienced older doctor because I was running out of time. If you want to play games and give me the only doctor going on maternity leave, that seems like a failure you made, not me. I was straight, honest, and right forward. I have crawled to your office when you asked me to. I told you I couldn't walk. I need this, I do this, this is what's going to happen. If you can help, do so. You tell me no, and I have to suffer. That's it. But there are games being played by medical professionals, and I do not want no games in my healthcare. I need straight. If you want to go on maternity leave or you know that something's going on, that needs to be a straight up thing right away. You don't tell the person when they're sick and can't walk later after you made them crawl across the road. No, that's a game. I was straight with you when I came into your office asking for help when I billed my insurance. I had my case transferred to you. I was never not upfront with my doctor, no matter how embarrassing, no matter how much I hated saying it. She got the honest truth, every last word of it. They need to stop playing games. They are purposely doing stuff that will get me hurt. If a patient asks you that he needs an experienced doctor, and then you tell him all of our doctors are experienced, you say, well, I need an older doctor because I don't have a lot of time left and I'm getting very weak and I shouldn't be working, but yet I am. And I'm getting injured, but I try to recover, and then I get injured and then I recover. And then you go in an appointment and you meet them and you show them some weird injuries that you have no control over. I've never had urine or testicle injuries. Usually it's like head or body scratches or seizures or falls or alcohol or drugs or you know there was always those type of injuries. But I've never ever really had to deal with testicle or penis stuff and bringing it to a doctor. But I did. I'm honest with them. I have been nothing but straightforward with them about my past and what's going on with me now. They don't like hearing it. They see mental illness on paper. They overreact. They don't listen to me. I tell them, don't base my care on anything that was around when my mother was around. And that would have been 2011 and before. Anything based on 2011 and before might mislead you into hurting me. So do not do that. I told them up front about that, those exact words, that exact way. But they still found it easier to treat it like a mental illness. And the more they played games, the more I'm telling them to stop. And the more they play games, the more I have to crawl and get cut up and tell them to stop. And I have to stay with this for 1 year. All these stupid doctors, I can't be a doctor shopper, so I have to stay for 12 months. My mother doctor shopped me around my whole life. I can't do that. No fucking way. So I'm staying with each doctor for 1 year, and that's all I can do. They need to get to know me. and how real this is. The only problem is they're not. They're making choices to ignore everything I tell them and play games so that they can make their money and just pass me on to somebody else. I just let them get hurt, just let them get hurt, just let them get hurt, just let them get hurt. For 25 years, just let them get hurt. Anytime a primary care starts realizing what this is and starts visually seeing the injuries, they just pass it off. Now, before, that was because of my mother. They weren't passing it off, she was taking it away from them. But now, as an adult, they find it easier to just pass me around like a bad cookie. Well, that's not right. What happened to me in Massachusetts is fucked up. I've moved past it. Thank God I did, but I got physical problems. And nobody deserves to have this done to them and then get treated the way I'm being treated. So if I have to go to the state, to federal government, if I gotta die on my president's steps right in front of Washington with a fucking book and recorder and pictures and everything, if I have to send this out to 100 different reporters, 100 different officials, the Senate, my congressman, if I have to send 1,000,000 copies of this out as I die on my deathbed, send it out to my family and whoever else might want it, I will. Because this is going to help other people not have to suffer like me. They need to have at least a support group or an avenue for help. Now, luckily, I don't need a support group. I need a doctor. I need a neurologist. I need a GI for the GI, and then I can never need a GI again, hopefully. And I need to know why my piss turned black and my kidneys hurt. Now I'm sure it's my kidneys because they hurt so much more too. So I'm pretty damn sure now. Plus, the kidneys started hurting right when my urine turned black. So there's not a lot of organs that go along with urine. So I'm pretty sure that this is my fucking kidneys. There's two pains. They're right where the kidney's supposed to be, and they got more painful when my urine turned black. And I had this exact same pain 6 months ago and brought it to the doctor. Both of them, I don't know what's going on. I've gone to see doctors. I've gone to the emergency room. I have a pre-existing conditions the doctors keep on fucking around with too. Don't forget that. I have a 25-year-old pre-existing conditions that doctors just want to medicate me for with drugs. Literally, I have a neurological disorder, something wrong with my nervous system for sure. The symptoms that I keep on talking about match to a T in the nervous system, and a lot of them do not exist in mental health. Do not exist. So, I am sure, absolutely sure, that my lightning feeling that shoots down my body 24 hours a day, what jolts me and shakes me awake at night, what started at age 7, I am sure that that is not a mental illness. I was fine one day, took a bunch of pills, and then I was different the next. And there was an overdose in between that. So, in a 24-hour period, you got me one way, an overdose, a different way, and then getting shocked all the time whenever I try to do stuff with my nervous system, either in, out, whatever. Now that I'm older, I can describe it much better. And I can see that my mother was full of shit. But these doctors, oh my God, they want to believe a dead woman. They want to go, they rather hurt me, finish me off, go along with her fantasy, than try to help their patient. It blows my mind. It blows my mind how I get treated by these doctors. It really does. And now I can't drink, I can't get up enough to get enough water to hydrate myself. I can't walk. I have to crawl like to get the water, but it's difficult because you can't get the water back. So I have to move the water a foot, get to the water, move the water on a table, get past the table, get the water on the other side of the table, get past the table completely, try to get myself onto the bed, and then I have water. I can't do that often, so I'm dehydrated. I'm trying to cook a hot plate on the ground 2-3 days ago. That stopped. Now I just got a box of cereal. That's it. I just, nothing more I can fucking do. This nervous system is just too fucked up. 25 years of doctors just malpracticing me right from the get-go. I mean, it was very obvious. I mean, I was getting drugged up at age 5, like any 5-year-old that knows anything about their body or their mind or themselves. And like my mother knew a damn thing about me, she adopted me. She barely met me. She started making a case for mental illness before I even got to know her for a year. It was pretty bad. Within like 2 years, we had stolen medals. I'm a thief. I'm a liar. I have attachment disorder. All these different disorders she's starting to make up. And the woman just met me, and the doctors are loving it. Still to this day, I cannot seem to get any physical health with my nervous system, with my GI, with my kidneys, with my ability to not walk. While other people that can't walk get wheelchairs, crutches, or help, I'm left to crawl around town like a frickin' freak. And I'm tired of it.